Thanks, Bongani. The contenders for the thrones in the Western Cape have finally been announced. The Democratic Alliance says that Alan Winde will be its candidate for Premier after party leader Mmusi Maimane declined the request for him to stand. And of course, earlier it announced that Dan Plato would take over as mayor when Patricia de Lille steps down in October. He joins us from our studio in Seapoint now. Mr. Plato, this is the second time you'll be wearing the mayoral chains. What will be different?
Well, it will be business as usual, looking at all the issues in the city of Cape Town, issues all cities in South Africa and in the world have to deal with. In the city of Cape Town, challenges and that sort of thing, and definitely when I take office, I think we will definitely deal with all of those issues. There's a number of them, but I think what's standing out for me is to get down, hit the tar and deal with service delivery in general, to make sure service delivery is effective and efficient, and that is what the citizens of Cape Town want from us to do.
My question relates to service delivery. I ask what you will do different because you were known by some as the toilet mayor. Last time you left in 2011, the toilet saga was raging.
Well, that was an issue at the time. It's not an issue right now. I think we've dealt with the toilet issue at the time to the best of our abilities. And unfortunately, the whole toilet saga of the time was taken completely out of context. And but whatever is on our agenda to deal with now, I would rather want to focus on today and on the future.
But if you handled it well, Mr. Plato, why were you moved out to make way for Patricia de Lille?
I think you know why I was moved out. I think the citizens know. There was an agreement then between the Democratic Alliance and the ID at the time.
All right, so you don't feel that your second choice coming back in because the DA is scrambling for leaders to appeal to lost voters, even Mmusi Maimane, the nomination for the premiership, seen as part of that possibly desperate scramble?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a good group of intelligent, capable leaders in the Democratic Alliance. Even during my interviews, 6 excellent candidates, any one of the 6 could have made it. And with Alan Winde, any one of the others could have made it for the premiership as well.
The ANC has described you as a lousy choice. It even says that you've had dealings with gangsters on the Cape Flats. Any truth to that?
The ANC in Cape Town is an opposition party, and that is what you expect from an opposition party. They will go down to the gutters and to dish up each and every issue possible to make a point. And unfortunately, it's exactly what they are doing this time around. I was mayor during the 2010 Soccer World Cup period. We pulled off a wonderful 2010 soccer event. It was effectively run without any incidents, and something the whole of South Africa and the Western Cape and Cape Town could have been very, very proud of. When I left office on a high with service delivery at an all-time high.
I think the ANC claims maybe linked to Jeremy Very. He was head of detectives, so a top cop, currently back, and said that you used informants to dig up dirt on him. You used public money to pay them. So all those claims are coming back again. I'd like you to have a chance to respond.
The ANC must show me where the public funds was coming from. There's auditors, and there is legal advisors in the city in the Western Cape government. There is a treasury. I think that is nonsense, absolutely nonsense. I would love to ask the ANC, bring me any piece of proof that I, at any stage in my political career, have used any public funds for any specific purpose. No one can do that. That is what the ANC obviously are used to do. In other provinces where they govern, they are corrupt. That is why we have to call a Zondo Commission. You heard that, and that is what the ANC stands for. It's just an inherently corruptive party that you will not find in the Democratic Alliance.
Mr. Plato, you're currently Western Cape MEC for Safety and Security. Townships in the Western Cape, some of the worst crime stats in this country, where crime stats are already high. Is that indicative of your leadership?
You find the crime stats when it was released, you've seen a dramatic negative crime stats report all over South Africa. It is not evident to the Western Cape alone. You must remember one thing. I am not the Minister of Police. The crime stats was not released by me. It was released by the National Minister of Police, who is overall in charge of the South African Police Services. And at the end of the day, I do not have operational control over the South African Police Services. So it is very, very bad politicking from the ANC side to label the high crime stats in the Western Cape at my door.
If you have no control over crime stats, what do you see as your role currently as MEC for Safety and Security?
I think you know that. My role is similar to the role of any other MEC across South Africa. We have the same role. That is, you find that in the Constitution, and it is spelled out in the Constitution, the role of the National Minister, the National Commissioner. It's spelled out in the Constitution of this country what is the specific role and expected from a MEC of Community Safety to do.
Well, then can you tell South Africans what you've achieved in this role, adding to your credibility coming in as Mayor of Cape Town?
Well, I compliment what the police have done or are doing. And obviously our role is defined in the Constitution as that of oversight and monitoring, but also I have run with many community-based programs, community-based projects to try our level best to change mindsets, to change behavior, and to steer people into the right direction away from crime and grime. And I think we have succeeded in that very, very nicely.
Mr. Plato, do you believe really you are the best candidate to come in and regain voters? The consensus, or a lot of the analysts are saying that there could be a vast swaths that have left the DA because of this vicious spat between Patricia de Lille and the party.
Look, there's very good capable candidates or people in the Democratic Alliance. As I've said, anyone else could have done that. But I think what might have swung the decision into my direction is the manner in which I've dealt with in 2010, 2011, the beginning of 2012. We have run a very smooth campaign. The city of Cape Town was running well, and we were regarded at the time then as a world-class city, world-class destination for tourists and visitors, people to do business with. And at the end of the day, I think the citizens are very proud of that. I bring vast experience to the city of Cape Town. The caucus during my term of office was functioning well, and that is exactly what I'm going to do when I take office the 1st of November, to make sure all these squabbles in the city of Cape Town is out of the window. We will deal with it very decisively, and at the end of the day, my focus will be on effective governance and on effective service delivery.
All right, thank you. That was the DA's incoming Mayor, Dan Plato. Bongani?